in Atlanta. The 3-1 Las Vegas Aces finishing a 4-game, and we're underway. Vegas will control it. It'll be with the ball in her hands. Coming off a 12-point, 10-assist double-double in the win over Connecticut on Friday. The end of the 4-game trip that has seen 3 consecutive wins after that brutal season-opening loss for the Aces. Right away, you go to Wilson, and she can't hit. The scoring prowess has been on full display. Canada may be going to take a little bit further of a step forward without Ryan Howard's scoring ability in that starting unit. Instead, Gray has it blocked inside. Wilson got her first.
The presence of the two-way prowess that A'ja Wilson brings to the table is evident.
Chelsea Gray's 3 is good.
Defense to offense, and that's a huge factor for what Las Vegas wants to do. And it can score, but how can they tighten things up on the defensive side?
And you hear it all the time, how well-conditioned her teams are, right? Constantly in those practices.
End of a 4-game road trip. We got to be ready.
Reese's foul on the help inside. It looked like Smith might have got her from behind. To be fair, Becky. Meanwhile, Angel Reese making her home debut here with the Atlanta Dream. 11.5 points, 15 rebounds per game, 6 career games. That quickest clip to get to the 50 double-doubles in the history of the WNBA.
A big reason this Atlanta's been just that. And I think keep an eye on Atlanta going to her in different ways.
Talbot had it knocked away, but a foul on Pow Pow. This is one of those moving space type of fouls that they're trying to keep an eye on. A mop malfunction briefly. The bottom of the mop was removed inadvertently. It's something you don't see every day. Meanwhile, Wilson with a touch on the outside. Young right back to her. Wilson's been great from 3 to start the season and stays hot.
Locked and loaded, another to add to her game and spacing the floor.
Wilson now 5 of 8 from 3 on the year. Canada looking inside. It's Reese with a post touch. Double comes from Gray. Sprayed outside. Pow Pow. Knocks it through. Her first 3 of the season.
Great for season, but she could knock them down. 40% in her career in college, 37% last year.
Look out, Pow Pow hits the deck. Gray gets inside and floats it up and in. On her terms, under control, her pace. You never feel like the team is out of sync from what she's doing with the ball in her hands. Pow Pow now on the outside. Canada gets a screen from Reese. They're looking to feature Angel early on, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Reese with a fend-off, and Smith took the worst of it.
And part of that, though, was Nalissa Smith getting up into the body early on, and that's what you got to make sure you. Smith has said she feels the most prepared this season.
Take away from Canada, the swipe and the easy run for the score.
A big-time play for Atlanta, getting easy baskets to get it going, and all about confidence for her. So for her to see that out of the gates here is going to be a critical piece.
Canada, tenacious on-ball defender with that extra effort working against Gray. Too big and too good.
Yeah, Chelsea Gray knows when she has a mismatch, especially at that.
7 of the 10 for Vegas. This Atlanta offense so far averaging 8 to 4 points per game through their first 2. It's been 2 close wins for the Dream. 8 to shoot now. Pow Pow had it stripped and finally scooped up by Young. Gray steps up on Young. And it's going to be a foul on the entry pass. Hellman got a little too handsy.
And already you're seeing the intentionality of Las Vegas to get it on the inside.
A super talented prospect.
The talent is there. Now it's about experience, and this is an opportunity. Wilson,
that's smooth.
Angel Reese gets tripped up there, and too clean of a look for automatic.
Orlays, Ocat, Canada, Reese, and Gray. Now the 5 for Carl Smesko. Orlays with a touch on the outside. He likes the idea of getting the youth some experience early in the season, but that's an easy steal. And blocked from behind on the recovery from Alicia Gray.
Alley walking bucket, but the defensive tenacity and instincts are always present.
The drive and finish. Aggressive take to the rack. And a good-looking offensive set as Smith gets on the board. Reese thought about it. Oh, the pump and fly-by. Nice dive inside to Ocat.
We're going to talk about development added to her game and worked on it. It's that decision-making and play-making, being able to put it on the deck.
Nearly midway through this opening quarter, Gray has been hot early. Can't find the bottom. superstar skill set. You saw the superstar effort leading this team, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Okot, the rookie.
And those are going to be the extra playing time, experience, the points of education coming into the season.
No Ryan Howard today for Atlanta, out with the concussion protocol. Still no Bree Jones, no timetable in the recovery from the knee injury. And Pau in transition, going to attack right at the defensive player of the year. Bounce it inside. Oh, caught with a tough catch and finish.
That's a pretty little play there by Atlanta.
Still early in her basketball journey, but that 6'6" frame's been on full display in her early minutes here. Now Wilson trying to post up, get it to her, and a foul on the catch. It's going to go against Hillman. That'll be her second to get done to hit that level. And they feel they've gotten that key piece. Kennedy Carter now in the game has been quite the addition for this team. A spark plug who takes it right to the rim, had it knocked away. A nice play by Canada. In transition, feed for Pau. Reese back on the floor. Gray on the cut. Can't finish. Reese trying to get on the offense. Back down underneath by Smith.
And they may send multiple bodies to try and keep her off. That's a nice job early.
Lloyd short. Smith offensive rebound. Second chance now for Vegas. Carter has been relentless in her attacks to the rim. Right on cue for two.
5-out set. In the speed, how she gets her buckets comes down from a explosiveness and this blistering ability to get to the hoop.
The words that Becky Hammond has used for the speed, eye-popping, and it certainly pops off the screen. 7 to shoot now for Atlanta. Gray, drive. Gray, a fend off and finish. Counted and a foul.
Important here this afternoon.
The All-Star team each of the last 3 seasons was a gold medalist as a replacement in the 3x3 back in Tokyo. Has really taken off coming back after that experience. Again, a speed, but this time Carter can't. Reese, Canada. Back to Reese. Thought about it and traveled.
You see the communication between Reese George to attack in transition, not necessarily having to play against this half-court defense of Las Vegas.
Good news, though, in the win over Dallas earlier this week in Dallas, only 5 total bench points in that game for Atlanta. They already have 4 in this first quarter. The blow by and finish. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus with the bucket to get her team back up 4.
Another 5-out set for Vegas.
Now it's Gray's turn. The step back 3, in and out. Canada pressing up on Carter. Pump, Parker-Tyus taken over, had it knocked away by Pau in the recovery. Canada put the head down, stop, feed. Okot showing off the range. Reese couldn't squeeze it, but does a good job of reclaiming possession.
What you just saw was an example of the